SEC teams, but even though Kentucky's won 10 of the last 11, Georgia did have some success under Hugh Durham in beating the Wildcats. Don Rutledge, Gerald Boudreau, Kerry Sitton, the officials. Kentucky controls the opening tap. Anderson inside. Antoine Walker's jump hook bounces off and picked up by Georgia.
Keep an eye on Kentucky's half-court defense. Man-to-man. Walker out front on Strong.
Anderson. Shandon Anderson, after Derek Anderson went with a steal, got open for the bucket.
And George, interestingly enough, opens up with a little pressure. Full court.
So press the pressers. Tony Delk.
What's he going to miss? Is he going to miss?
He is the leader in the SEC, nearly 53% from the three-point arc, 6th in the U.S. in three-point percentage.
2-3 zone now being employed by Kentucky. One of the things I think they want to do is force Georgia outside to shoot more of those outside jumpers. Good strong move inside with Strong and Bell.
Anderson to Bell. Davis for three. Walker over Anderson for the rebound. Lob and a slam by McCarty from Derek Anderson.
One of the things I like about this Kentucky club, they are averaging 21 assists per game. That's an incredible number for a college basketball team.
Strong miss, too hard. Walker another board. Georgia back on defense.
Turner's like a jet.
That was off Tony Delk's hand and out of bounds, deflected by K2 Davis, and off Delk for the turnover.
Once again, watch the good pass by Anderson. He just simply lobs it up in the air. McCarty right there to grab it, throw it through. We've seen that a few times this year.
They made the eye contact about mid-court, and the slam for Walter.
You know, Walter's getting better with those facial expressions when he does it, too. He's done it so often.
Very animated. Off a screen, Davis can't get the shot away, being checked by Derek Anderson. Robinson. Inside Strong. No whistle on the collision as Derek Anderson went to the court, and a Kentucky foul call. It'll be on Walter McCarty, first foul of the game.
Strong maneuvered around Anderson, and McCarty came to get him, and he's arguing with Gerald Boudreau right now and said, hey, I think you missed that one. Once again, watch the move. Strong here, getting around Anderson. McCarty there. I think maybe he might have gotten Anderson earlier.
Carlos Strong will step to the line, the senior from right here in Athens, prep All-American at Cedar Shoals High School.
Talk about strong. He is strong because he has played in every game, started every game since he's been at Georgia. 102.
Rick Pitino, in his State of the Wildcat address, said that he expects a war here in Athens tonight, but very pleased with the way his team is playing, especially defensively and especially their unselfishness on offense. Stripped away from Walker as he tried to put it on the floor. Here's Strong in front court for the Bulldogs.
Well, look at Derek Anderson. Good switch by Turner on Robinson. That's a better matchup. But Anderson cannot handle Strong.
Georgia with the ball, down 2, opening 2.5 minutes of the game in Athens.
Once again, Kentucky switches. Davis pops out, and Turner picks him up.
Now under 10 on the shot clock. Bell, low post, draws the double down, forced the shot up on the floor to Turner of Kentucky. Robinson with the deflection. Davis can't save it. Kentucky will get it back.
So that's a difficult pass to make when you got a guy in front of you about 4 or 5 steps to try to lob it out there, and Turner trying to get it to Delk. Hard pass to look over and try to catch while you're running full speed.
Shelby Smith having a little discussion with Don Rutledge and Gerald Boudreau. More than a discussion. Delk partially blocked, and then he traveled. Third Kentucky turnover in the early going.
Some rare turnovers for Kentucky. They've been taking pretty good care of the basketball. In fact, they've been doing it most of the season.
Tony Delk with the turnover. Again, Georgia a chance to tie. 2-3 Kentucky zone.
Georgia wants to try to get in the middle. They're looking for Strong.
They got him.
Good lob pass. Good catch. Look at Georgia back with the press again.
5-5 game. A blocking foul called on K2 Davis of Georgia.
Tom, I'm really surprised that Georgia's come out in this press. They've gone full court against a very good ball-handling Kentucky team. Watch Carlos Strong again. Good pass right in the middle of the Kentucky zone. Anderson went for the steal. He couldn't get it. Strong had an easy one after the attempted or the failure of the steal.
Bulldogs starting 5 seniors when they've started every game this season, and they forced the 4th Kentucky turnover. Rick Pitino angry at his players, and now Kentucky sets up in its press. This is the pace that Georgia likes, I would think, and of course goes without saying that Kentucky likes.
Interesting that Bell and Strong are back there bringing it up. Forces Walker and McCarty to play the full court.
Now Bertha Robinson will set it up. Dogs look for their first lead. Bell, low post. Wide open shot, Davis. Saved by Davis, shot blocked. Anderson up, yes, and one.
Worked inside by Georgia. K2 Davis came back and got it. Went right back at the Kentucky defense and got a basket and a foul. Anderson was right there. Watch the miss here. Karem's back. Now watch the tip back. Davis right there to gather it. Anderson's got it. Goes up. Gets fouled. Davis kept it alive and Anderson got it up and in.
Antoine Walker committing his first foul as Shandon Anderson completes the three-point play. Mark Pope into the game, replacing Antoine Walker for Rick Pitino. And Anthony Epps is in at the point, replacing the freshman Wayne Turner. Epps the starter most of the season there. Pope out of trouble. Nearly thrown away. Kentucky ragged here. The Georgia defense has rattled them. Long three by Dick Tony Delk. Shot that one from Monroe, Georgia. High today, Delk has Robinson with a great pass. And Strong puts it through.
Dogs bite. Look at McCarty handle the ball.
Missed the shot, couldn't finish. Strong rips it down. Here comes Georgia. Robinson in a hurry. Fake, laid it up and in.
They love it as the Bulldogs blitz the Wildcats early. Tom, they've done everything right. The defense has got Kentucky somewhat befuddled. The offensive end is Bertha Robinson. Look at the fake. Kentucky took it. He went right down the middle. Well, the Dogs play well at home.
Unbeaten here at home and feeding off the frenzy of this sellout crowd. John Nordine, a 6'8 freshman from Lithonia, Georgia, makes an appearance in the Bulldog lineup with 15:30 left and a 12-8 Georgia lead. Kentucky calling the 22nd timeout.
Kentucky handled the press much better that time. They got it up, put it in the hand of Epps, and Anderson was in the middle. Now Georgia goes to his zone.
See if Kentucky handles it better with Epps into the point. Floater, Anderson, front rim, Pope, follow. It'll count, and a foul.
Now Kentucky getting on the backcourt. Now we got the makings of a great basketball game tonight. Both of these clubs look geared up and ready to play.
Speaking of board work, these are the two best rebounding teams in the SEC. Georgia 1, Kentucky 2.
Once again, watch Pope go to battle underneath. Strong, Nordine too late. Boy, it's so nice to be able to reach down on that bench and grab somebody like Mark Pope and get him in there and have him do something like that.
Nordine with Georgia's first foul as Pope sinks the three-point play. And time for us to catch our breath. It comes with 15:14 left, and Georgia leading by 1. We'll be back after this from Carquest Auto Parts. Welcome back to Athens. Tom Hammond, Larry Conley, 12-11, Georgia up as Tubby Smith, who says he learned a good deal of his basketball philosophy during the 2 years he spent as a Kentucky assistant to Rick Pitino, giving the Wildcats a taste of their own medicine here early.
He had a chance earlier in the season to play against Pitt. Ralph Willard, who was also an assistant on that staff, went up there, and in fact, Tubby's club beat them up there. Georgia with a couple of big wins, one over Pitt and another one over Virginia Tech, which is the only loss the Hokies have.
6 Georgia points coming off the 4 Wildcat miscues. As Georgia came out in the full court pressure defense. Shandon Anderson, the jump stop, rimmed out. Good position by McCarty on the board. Kentucky can recapture the lead.
McCarty wasn't even ready to catch that pass. He almost let it go by.
Quick reaction, though. Low post, McCarty. Too hard off the glass. Oh! Foul as he takes it back up. Bertha Robinson whistled his first.
Pope once again in the middle of the action underneath that basket. Gets a long rebound. McCarty with a miss off of the glass. Watch it kick long. You can see Pope right there to get it, and Robinson on the arm.
3 fouls on the Bulldogs now. The first on Bertha Robinson as Mark Pope, who hit a free throw a moment ago, returns to the line. His free throw shooting has fallen off dramatically this season, hitting only 54% approximately of his free throws. Back when he was a freshman at the University of Washington, he set a Pac-10 record for free throws. Actually, as a sophomore, 86.2%.
I did notice the other day in college basketball that shooting was overall down everywhere.
Yep.
In field goal percentage, free throw shooting, and scoring.
Game tied at 12. There's the backcourt trap. Or the front court trap, excuse me. Shandon Anderson comes off a screen and misses the 3. Rebounded by Derek Anderson.
Well, look at Anderson's quickness.
Tapped away, saved by Pope. Delk. Nice pitch to Epps, who passed up the shot. Skip it across to Delk for 3. And rebounded by Davis.
He is human.
He hit his first 2 3-point attempts. Strong cut off by Pope and a good help by Anderson. Finally, he forced it up, and he's lucky to have drawn a foul.
I got to tell you, Tom, I thought Pope stood his ground pretty well that time. Carlos Strong was trying to pump fake to get him in the air. Pope wouldn't take any of them. Just stood there, arms extended, and I guess Don Rutledge felt like he leaned into him a little bit too much, but pretty good defensive work by Pope. Good offensive effort by Strong.
Pope's first foul is Ray Harrison and Steve Jones into the lineup. Jones, a 6'6" senior from Philadelphia, and Harrison, a 6'3" freshman from Laconia.
Strong looked like one of those puppets in the back of your car. He just kept bobbing up and down, and Pope wouldn't go anywhere.
I thought he kind of forced the shot, but got to the line, though he missed the first one there. You see his numbers this season, his senior season. 19th leading scorer with nearly 1,200 points and over 600 rebounds to rank 10th all-time with Georgia. Misses 2, and the rebound by Jeff Shepard is into the game. Shepard is from nearby Peachtree City, Georgia, a junior. They were yelling traitor at him in the pregame warm-ups.
Anderson could not get free from Steve Jones in the game now. Kentucky a little more patient this time.
Shot clock to 7. Shepard dishes inside. Anderson put it in.
Nice pass by Jeff Shepard. He got up in the air. Fortunate to have Anderson there. Here comes the trap.
Georgia in the front court, now trailing by 2.
See Davis look back over his shoulder. Kentucky's so good at that, coming up from behind and slapping the ball away. They've watched a lot of tape of this Kentucky press.
Yeah, you better be looking or get that rear view mirror uncracked, because they will be coming at you. Bell forces it through the double team of McCarty and Pope. How do you get that one in?
They almost had him sandwiched in there.
It away, but right back to Kentucky. Derek Anderson spotted. The 3 is there.
Nice move. Once you go inside, if you collapse too much and you're not able to close out quickly, Kentucky will burn you with that outside shot.
Shepard, a backcourt foul. Kentucky taking the lead on the Derek Anderson 3, his 5th point of the game, as Antoine Walker returns. And Ron Mercer making his first appearance in the lineup. Mercer, the 6'7" freshman from Nashville, who has started a dozen games for the Wildcats this season.
Looks as if Kentucky's going to go back into that 2-3 zone.
Georgia is 0 for 3 from the three-point arc, so the zone defense would be a good defense against them. Kentucky, meanwhile, hitting, as you see, 3 of 4. Walking call on Harrison.
Tom, this Georgia club is very unusual. They have no sophomores or juniors on this team. They're composed completely of freshmen and seniors.
Another one of those freshmen in the game, Michael Chadwick, for the first time, 6'4", from Phoenix City, Alabama. Mercer over Bell. Bad-looking shot. Missed everything except the side of the backboard. Did catch a little glass. That was it. Norton saved by Harrison. Bell calling for it.
Harrison, a very young, good freshman here, Tom. From my community, had a chance to watch him play a lot in high school. Dunwoody. In fact, his state won the state championship his senior year.
They're 35-0. Your son was on that team.
No, it was the year after. Yeah, right. He'd love to have been, though.
Well, he laid the foundation.
Yeah, right.
Walker has it stripped away and stolen by Harrison. That's 5 Kentucky turnovers. Man-to-man this time.
Kentucky keeps switching defenses. Forces Georgia to rethink their offensive strategy.
Bell pitches out of the double team. Davis guarded closely by Shepard.
Well, Kentucky really putting the pressure on this man-to-man. Good pass by Davis.
Bell with a slam, no basket. It won't count. Foul called against the Bulldogs. It'll be on Davis. J.C. Davis called for a second foul. It comes with 11:14 left in the first half. We'll take a timeout with Kentucky leading Georgia 17-14. 14 in the first half. SEC basketball brought to you in part by Texaco Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Tom Hammond and Larry Conley at the tub. That's what they call the renovated Georgia Coliseum. And you see the shower caps for a night at the tub.
Must be a big tub. Get all those people in it. There he is, Tubby Smith. Nice, they've renamed this. It's now called Stegman Coliseum, but the students call it the tub.
Georgia backcourt pressure again as Walker and Pope succeed in getting it in the front court. Wayne Turner back at the point for the Wildcats.
Kind of interesting. Both clubs are using their big people to bring the ball up against the press.
Walker posted low, calls for it. Pope gets it to him. Spin and lay it in.
Well, he left Anderson right in his tracks.
Big time move by Antoine Walker. 5-point Kentucky lead. And Delk with a steal. Pope calling for it at the three-point line. Walker puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Strong.
Kentucky's defense has been very tough on Georgia. They were up 12-11, but they've shut them down.
Delk with a deflection to Pope. 2-on-1 break. Lob. Mercer couldn't control it. And the Wildcats fall back into a man-to-man.
Tom, we talked about this at the top of the show, how good Kentucky's half-court defense is. Look at the double down right here. Strong has nowhere to go.
Finally found the open man, but an air ball from Chadwick. And Kentucky again with numbers. Walker with a slam or a lay-in. Just awfully. And a 20-second timeout call for the Bulldogs before they can get the ball inbounds. 21-14. Kentucky on one of those patented spurts.
Tom, they've outscored them 10-2. I mean, they've just basically shut them down in their half-court defense. And they're getting out on the break. And I think that's the reason Tubby Smith called the timeout. He wants them back on defense.
In fact, the Wildcats have scored 7 in a row over the last 2 minutes and 9 seconds. When the ball goes in deep in the pivot, there's the double.
Well, this is what I was talking about. Their half-court defense is so good. They're quick and strong and physical inside, and they close down the outside shot so well, and then they can run. Great pass to Walker from Mercer.
Pitino's team this season has become known for the spurts, and a 7-0 run here puts them up 21-14.
double down. I don't know what's happening to Georgia's offense, but when Kentucky goes down on that low block, they double up. It really bothers Georgia. They're not getting the ball, kicking it out to the perimeter quickly enough. Tubby Smith's upset with his offense right now.
Half a dozen Georgia turnovers at one point. Kentucky had committed 4, the Bulldogs none. Now it's 6-5, Georgia with one more. Walker, not a very good shot, never squared to the basket. On the floor, and a rugby scrum. Let's see. Alternating possession, we'll give it to Georgia.
Oh, I was looking at Rick Pitino right there. He was talking to Antoine Walker. He said you had Tony open in the right corner. And he did have Delk standing over there in front of the Georgia bench open for another 3.
Walker not shy about putting it up. Went through a shooting slump the 2 games prior to LSU, but then against the Tigers got well in a big way, as he had, I think, 28 at halftime, 32 for the game.
He's had 4 double-doubles this year. So you're right, he's not shy about putting it up there. Look at everybody in the backcourt, all 10 players. There's the run out.
Jones, what a play.
Good pass, Carlos Strong. Could have been a Georgia quarterback on leasing that one.
Lead cut to 5, and the crowd trying to get back in it. Pope lost it. Walker, though, finds Delk for the monster jam.
Oh, what a reverse.
8 for Tony Delk. Looked like a turnover, results in a stop. Numbers, Bell, can't get the handle, finally lost it on the way up. Strong wades in. His shot is good.
Good battle, the outcome in favor of Georgia. Strong stayed with it.
7 for Carlos. Lead back to 5. Turner got it, and a foul.
Oh, what a great pass by Antoine Walker. Turner made the cut. He laid it out there in front of him. He got it and laid it off the glass. Well, the versatility of this Kentucky club, everybody does a little something extra. Antoine Walker, look at that great pass on the cut by Turner. Go back and look at some of the passing by Georgia. Carlos Strong, Jones out, way out in front of the Georgia defense for the jam. Good pass by Strong on the other end.
That foul, the first on Shandon Anderson, and the 4th against the Bulldogs. Team fouls all even.
I'm not sure what this is all about. We've got a delay over here on the Georgia bench.
I think the scoreboard is wrong. I think that's 5 fouls against the Bulldogs, and taping the finger of Terrell Bell. He'll have to come out of the game apparently bleeding, replaced by Shandon Anderson, who didn't get the rest he was scheduled to take.
Shannon's probably saying, that's okay, I want back in this one. This is fun.
Wayne Turner will be at the line with Anthony Epps waiting to come in if Turner connects. Turner, the highly recruited freshman from the Boston area. Kentucky really got in late on him. Had not recruited him. They thought Allen Edwards was their point guard of the future. They discovered Edwards really was not a point guard, and so very late got in on Wayne Turner, but Rick Pitino able to convince him that just because they were in late didn't mean that it still wasn't the right decision to make.
Well, Tom, he's been a great acquisition, I think, for Kentucky, too, because he really does, he and Epps together, splitting that point guard position out there, have really carried this Kentucky club.
Turner, the former Massachusetts Mr. Basketball, Prep All-American. And he has the three-point play. He'll go to the bench as Anthony Epps comes in, and Shandon Anderson also, as they get the Georgia lineup all straight now. There's Wayne Turner with Jim O'Brien giving him a little instruction over on the Kentucky bench. Anthony Epps back at the point.
Wildcats have done a terrific job again on their half-court defense. It hasn't been their full-court pressure tonight that bothered Georgia. It's been this half-court defense. They're in a zone right now.
Strong over the double team. Tapped by Jones. Right to Epps of Kentucky.
Walker. That time he fouled him.
11 for Tony Delk.
Great pass by Robinson. They lost it. Anderson had it, lost it, and got it back.
Kentucky up 11. Biggest lead.
Tom, they got another one of those runs going that they're so famous for.
Shot clock to 10. Kentucky's defense suffocating. There's one. Anderson with a left hand to lay it in and draw the foul from Tony Delk.
Good move to the inside because Anderson had the height advantage on Tony Delk about 5 inches. Delk couldn't do anything because he couldn't get any help. Everybody was spread out watching their own man, and a good pass inside to Anderson. What's this? See, Delk has no help here. Epps is moving away, and Delk can do nothing but reach in and foul.
So Shandon Anderson, who is the 11th leading scorer in Georgia history, 10th on the assist list, having his best season in his senior campaign. Was third team All-SEC last year, you'll remember. Misses the free throw, but apparently a Kentucky lane violation will give him another chance.
Tom Shannon is really having, you're right about he's having the best year of his career. Best numbers in scoring, and his field goal percentage is up too.
Given new life, he sinks the free throw. Shandon Anderson with a three-point play, and with 7:22 left in the half, Delk and the Wildcats have the lead, 29-20, thanks to pinpoint three-point shooting by Delk. Time now for the Pizza Hut. You'll love this stuff. Play of the game.
Tom, I don't know you'll find a better stuff all year than what we're going to see in this particular sequence. Watch Tony Delk reverse. Hard to believe he's 6'1". And that's our Pizza Hut stuff of the game. Boy, is he good.
Delk with those great long arms and jumping ability. He's also hit 3 of 4 from the arc. 11 points in the game. In fact, the Kentucky three-point shooting, 4 of 5 Wildcats, 0 for 4 Bulldogs. Delk with a dish inside, comes back out to Epps. Walker lost it. Anderson. Davis for 3. First tray for the Bulldogs.
That's a big one for Georgia. They needed something positive to happen for them offensively, and they just got a big one.
It's a 5-point game. Delk underneath. Nice pass from McCarty, and Delk has 13.
Offensive perfection. Good screen. Delk used it, went inside, got a good pass.
Anderson opened the tray. No good. On the floor, right back to Davis.
Davis can't shake Delk.
Delk, a good defender, too, in large measure due to those long arms we mentioned.
Good switch. Delk picks up Anderson.
Strong baseline. Pretty one.
You know, Tom, Carlos Strong's having a pretty good first half. They're getting the ball to him inside. He's having some success.
9 points. Epps for 3. Offensive board. McCarty got it.
Long rebound. McCarty's got those extra long arms, too. He can reach out and grab those rebounds.
Catch by Jones, then he threw it away.
Bad pass down to his feet. Strong couldn't pick it up.
Derek Anderson gets free.
Nobody there to shut him down. He got a clear path and went straight to the hoop.
Anderson with 7 first-half points. Timeout, Georgia. Another Kentucky spurt. 5:31 left in the first half, and the Wildcats are at it again. They pumped the lead back to 35-26 at the 5:31 mark. We'll take a break. Back to Athens, Georgia, right after these messages. And I hope you'll join us Saturday afternoon for more SEC action on most of these Jefferson Pilot SEC stations as the Alabama Crimson Tide move into Oxford to take on the Ole Miss Rebels. 1 o'clock Eastern Time, noon Central Time start. Then Tennessee at Mississippi State, the second half of the doubleheader. The Volunteers visit the Bulldogs, who are struggling a little bit. The preseason choice to win the SEC West, taking on the surprising Tennessee Volunteers. Fresh last weekend from a victory over Georgia at home.
Alabama with that disappointing loss against Arkansas going into Oxford, and Rob Evans' club looking for their first win in the league. Playing very tough. They played Arkansas a tough game and played Mississippi State pretty tough in Starkville. So makings of a couple of good SEC matchups this weekend.
58% shooting for the Wildcats, 48% for Georgia. Kentucky's hit 6 of their last 8. 2 of those were trades. baseline. Slapped away by McCarty, and a Kentucky foul.
Tom, as you watch this Kentucky team play defense, I happen to like personally their man-to-man defense. I think it's very, very strong. Rick Pitino loves to alternate his defense. They use this 2-3 matchup, and they're so quick with it. With all of the quickness they have at each position, when the ball goes in and then goes back out, they close down those shooters so quickly, it's impossible to get a good open shot.
Walter McCarty committing his second foul will sit. That's the Pitino rule. You sit down when you pick up 2. Mark Pope in to replace him. Shandon Anderson now with 9 points and a rebound. Younger brother of Willie Anderson, who was All-SEC performer twice here with the Bulldogs, now playing with the expansion Raptors in the NBA.
They're having some success up there, the old Raptors are, for a first-year team.
Surprisingly so. Free throws make it 35-28. Kentucky with the ball and the lead. Delk for 3. Strong rebound by Bell, but stolen. Anderson with the theft. Delk.
Good strong move. Tom, he finds ways to get the ball in the basket.
Delk with 15. That's just 3 shy of his average here in the first half. And another turnover. 9 Georgia turnovers in the first half. Pope for 3.
Got it. Here they come again.
Pope with 7 off the Kentucky bench. That Kentucky bench averaging nearly 31 points a game, and a near steal by Derek Anderson.
Now, this is what they do to you. They get you in that vice, and they just turn up the pressure. You can see Tubby Smith right there. Watch Delk. Strong power move to the basket.
I think Tony Delk should be considered for National Player of the Year, not only Southeastern Conference. Held ball is called. Alternating possession will give it to Kentucky.
Tom, he's been terrific. Really, when you talk about a guy that has emerged as the leader, not only the scoring leader, but the defensive leader, the overall leader of this team, it has to be Tony Delk.
Got to remember, the Kentucky players don't get as many minutes as a lot of other teams, the Stars.
So, how many points do you think Tony Delk would score if he were averaging 38 minutes a game?
Right. Anderson for 3. Shandon Anderson tapped it on the floor, and another held ball as Harrison and Shepard go to the court, and this time it'll go the Bulldogs' way.
Coach Smith's going to lose his voice over there. Coach Pitino, too. 2 very vocal coaches. Been a couple of years together in Lexington.
12-point Wildcat lead. They fall back in the zone. Pertha Robinson to Shandon Anderson. Couldn't get the shot away, so Pertha takes it off the mark.
Look at Anderson. He's quick down the floor.
Pulls up with a shot. Bingo! Off the outlet from Walker. And Anderson spotting up from 17, his 9th point. Beautifully done. Offensive foul on Carlos Strong of Georgia.
Let's go back and take a look at that good pass, but the outlet pass from Walker to Anderson. He's going down the sideline. You see Pitino walk back to his customary position in the front of the bench there, squatting down.
First foul on Carlos Strong. Delk off the lob, got it in. Using that jumping ability against the smaller player for his 17th first half point.
Kentucky with that full court pressure, now applying it.
Now they'll set it up on the half court, and once again, Kentucky's defense disrupting the offense of the Bulldogs. Robinson faked the pass, missed the 3. Delk all alone for the board. Long pass to Walker, deflected off Walker and out of bounds. Georgia will get it.
Bulldogs really, Tom, and you've used the right word, disrupted. They really have no flow at all to their offensive strategy. They're trying to get the ball on the inside. They're trying to find shots on the outside. Kentucky keeps flying at them from different areas. Defense is very good for the Cats again tonight.
Delk will get a rest as they just keep coming off that Kentucky bench. Alan Edwards, the 6'4" sophomore from Miami, is in the game, and so is Oliver Simmons, 6'8" freshman from Nashville. Here's Mark Pope called for the foul. That'll be 7 against Kentucky, so we'll shoot 1+1. It's also number 2 on Pope.
Shandon Anderson was going to break to the other end, and Pope could do nothing but reach out and grab him.
And Pope will leave the game with Antoine Walker coming in. 2:43 left in this frantic first half that has seen Kentucky break it open at about the halfway mark. They lead 44-28 with Shandon Anderson, the only dog in double figures with 10 points. He's hit all 4 of his free throws. Senior from Atlanta.
It's remarkable how the two brothers look so much alike in the face, isn't it?
Not only doing his brother Willie a basketball standout, but he had another brother, Michael, that was a quarterback at East Carolina. Celebrated his 23rd birthday on the final day of 1995.
Good to see Shannon closing out his career with some impressive numbers.
Off Georgia, the Wildcats will get it at the 2:42 mark. Here's Mark Pope immediately back in as Simmons will go out. 13-3 run over the last 3.5 minutes has given them that lead of 15.
And Walker brings it up against the press. Tough or strong to guard him one-on-one. Walker's such a good handler.
Derek Anderson in traffic just threw it up there, had a tap at it, no good, and Shandon Anderson is hacked on the arm. That'll be Derek Anderson's foul, and a foul of frustration, not one that Rick Pitino would like to see him make.
I almost got the feeling that Derek Anderson threw it up there and expected to go back and get it back. I think he tried to throw it off the glass and tip it back in. He got bumped and couldn't get there.
Don't forget, at the conclusion of the game, we'll be selecting a BP best player from each team. In addition to recognizing our 2 best players, BP and its dealers will contribute $2,000 to the Southeastern Conference to be distributed among the member institution scholarship funds under a conference-approved plan. Tony Delk on the bench with 17 first-half points, a strong candidate to be BP best player on the Wildcat side. And meanwhile, a familiar face at the Georgia free throw line, Shandon Anderson, sinks another one.
Tom, I get the feeling traveling around the country in college basketball circles, a lot of people look at this Kentucky team as really an offensive machine. I don't think they totally understand just how strong defensively this club is. I mean, for those of us who are around the Southeastern Conference, spend a lot of time in this league, we understand how good they are defensively, but I think the rest of the country just looks at them as an offensive juggernaut.
Well, they're both at the moment, aren't they?
Yes.
But it all starts with defense. You're exactly right. Kentucky's backcourt, Delk and Turner with 20 points to the 5 put up by Davis and Robinson so far. Alan Edwards. Nice pass. Missed by Walker, and then he tapped it in.
Nice look by Edwards that time down inside.
Didn't get the assist. Walker got the rebound and the bucket, his 4th point. Derek Anderson went for the steal, instead got foul number 2. That'll bring Tony Delk up off the bench and will send John Norton to the free throw line.
Another thing that makes this club so good, Tom, is the fact that I think they're in great physical condition. You can't play the type of basketball that this club plays, that Rick Pitino expects, without being in great shape. I mean, the way they press, the way they play their half-court defense, and the way they run, you got to have 10 or 11 guys to play, and you got to have them all in great shape.
Norton will get another. A lot of people starting to express some concern, Wildcat fans, that they haven't had a close game and need to be tested if another close game should arrive, tournament time. And Coach Pitino says he's not worried about that. So the way we go at each other in practice doesn't matter.
I think they'd be perfectly content to have 20, 25-point wins the rest of the season.
Terrell Bell for Norton in the Georgia lineup. Under the 2-minute mark, first half, 13-point Kentucky lead. Tony a rare miss as K2 Davis went for the steal. Usually do that at your peril.
Yes, and if you gamble and lose, usually you get burned when Tony Delk's got it turning and facing up. The 35-second clock, I think, is in question right here. I don't think Delk hit the rim on that shot. And they've reset the clock.
They're going to reset the shot clock to 25.
Gerald Boudreau picked up the ball again. Now what's going on?
Sitting, finally getting things straight. 25 on the shot clock. Delk couldn't get the roll. Pope over the back. That'll be his third foul.
A little over-aggressive. Mark Pope coming from that right side. Good block out by the Georgia Bulldogs that time.
And Kentucky's 10th foul, so Georgia in the double bonus for the final 1:28 of the half. Georgia just a fair free throw shooting team, 7th in the conference at 64.6%. And Terrell Bell, who's at the line, just fair too, about 63%. Georgia tonight, though, has hit 10 of their first 14. That sounded like reminiscent of one of your free throws, that sound.
You mean a clunk? Yeah, it was kind of funny. When I listened to it, I heard it. It sounded like there was something loose on the rim up there. It doesn't happen on the one on the left. Or maybe we're just deaf in our left ears.
The way it's going, Kentucky hasn't hit the rim very often.
Nothing but net.
That one rim and through for Terrell Bell. And it's 46-34.
Just out front controlling the basketball against Robinson.
Walker out alone at the three-point line as Simmons has returned. Here's Edwards. Shepard for three. Nice rebound by Strong. Numbers for the Dogs. Strong and fumbled. Finally recovered by Harrison. He had the layup.
Oh, he took a timeout.
Took a timeout.
Oh, my.
That is a horrible mistake by the freshman. Not only did he fumble the ball and miss the layup, but he took a timeout. And if I am not mistaken, that leaves Georgia with only one timeout left in the game because they took a full timeout and a 20 earlier, I believe.
Tom, I think you're right.
You trade possession for that timeout at this point.
Yeah, they need to time a lot more. As you see Shepard on the miss from the outside, kicking to the left side. Georgia's got numbers right here. You can see Strong pushing the basketball up. Shepard, the only blue-shirted Kentucky player back. We can see Harrison just jump right over Strong, pick it up. Now he can't find anybody. Bad mistake. Don't call timeout there.
So Georgia down to only one timeout for the rest of the game. And right now, trailing 46-34 with 51.4 seconds left.
I think everybody in the Eastern Division obviously battling to try to see who's going to finish second. I think Kentucky is pretty much locked up. I'm not going to say locked up first place, but certainly they're in a great position to win it. There's those shower caps again.
Well, the Bulldogs cruising along unbeaten at home, 11-4 overall, but in that scramble to finish second behind Kentucky, they are 2-3 in the conference. A little disappointing for Tubby Smith after the great start. Wildcats, if they win, would go 6-0.
I think actually in the preseason they were picked to finish second in the league in the Eastern Division.
Senior-laden team, as you mentioned earlier. Strong, low post, came out. Got a good shot off the low blocks, couldn't hit it. And then Anderson wades in to pick up the loose ball, and he'll go to the stripe. So hustling play by Shandon Anderson results in Tony Delk's second foul.
You know, one of the toughest things to do underneath that basket, like when that ball's on the floor, and you got 10 or 12 sets of, or 5 or 6 sets of legs down there, and everybody's reaching around. The ball's down the floor. Now look, everybody wants to reach down and get it, but nobody can come up with it. Anderson does, though.
Back to the free throw line. He's hit 7 of 8 tonight. And now 14 points for Shandon. Had 22 points against Pitt in that win you mentioned earlier. Had a 21-point performance this season against Auburn. Actually had a broken foot after last season. Has come back with no problems in his senior campaign. 2 free throws make it a 10-point game. And as you always hear, the Dogs would like to get it to single digits by halftime. I'd like to have a nickel for every time I've heard a commentator say that. How'd you resist? Edwards. Strong with the rebound, and they'll have a chance to do just that.
Shot clock is off.
Anderson spins into a double team and is tied up by Allen Edwards. Alternating possession gives it to Kentucky with 3.7 seconds left.
Great defensive play that time by Allen Edwards on the double down. He just caught Anderson napping, came right up and grabbed him.
And who else would you get in the game with 3 seconds left? Your sharpshooter, Tony Delk.
See what kind of play they run.
Got to come the length of the court. Baseball pass, Walker, right into the hands of Georgia. Now Harrison can get it away. He does, but it's no good. Tony Delk with a hot shooting hand, leading Kentucky to a 10-point halftime lead. At the end of the first half in Athens, the Wildcats 46 and the Bulldogs 36. Tony Delk leading scorer in the game with 17 points. Anderson with 9, Pope 7 off the bench. Shandon Anderson 15 to lead Georgia. Carlos Strong had 9. And the Bulldogs with possession to open the second half. Kentucky opening in a zone. They have their original starting 5 on the court, as do the Bulldogs.
Perimeter passing again by Georgia. Looking inside.
Carlos Strong with a jump hook. Let him catch it on the low block like that. It's nearly automatic.
Well, he's so close to the basket. You got to push him out a little bit further. Force him out.
Under 10 as Strong gets his 11th point. Delk all alone from McCarty.
What a great pass by McCarty.
19 now for Delk as McCarty made the pass. Here's numbers for Georgia. Shandon Anderson with the left hand. Missed it. Bell with an offensive board. Got it to Strong, who's hacked. Can't get it to fall. He'll shoot 2. If that's Delk, it's his 3rd. It's not. It's on Wayne Turner. It's his 1st.
Tom, once again, go back and take a look at the passing of this Kentucky team. They had 12 assists in the first half. McCarty got it inside to Delk, and that's assist number 13 for Kentucky. And Delk on the receiving end, puts it in the basket. 19 points for the young guard.
McCarty's 3rd assist of the game. Carlos Strong working on a double-double. That's his 12th point. He has 6 boards. Started the 103rd game of his career.
Let somebody open the door in here. I'll tell you what, it was so hot in here. It must have been 90 degrees in here. There's a breeze blowing through now.
It was just the pace early.
Yeah.
The breeze is caused by him going up and down the court like that. Turner draws the foul.
Oh, he's going to stay on the floor. You know what? I thought he was going up for the shot. Did Robinson get the foul? Turner was on the move.
2nd foul on Robinson.
Good screen for Delk.
McCarty tried to pass it into Anderson, and a foul inside. A hold called on Shandon Anderson. That's his 2nd. The 2 quick fouls against the Bulldogs. We've yet to play a minute in the second half.
What's this out-of-bounds play? The same screen for Delk coming to the corner. Same pass out to McCarty.
Delk will set it up. Delk, of course, the subject of a couple of experiments at the point guard earlier in his career and to start this season. Put him back at the shooting guard, the 2 guard, though, and obviously that's his spot. Walker, short on the jump hook. Got it back.
Nice pass to McCarty.
And he's hacked as he goes up. So on this possession, 3 Georgia fouls. The latest. Whistled on Bell.
Once again, the good pass down on the inside. Watch Antoine Walker. The bounce pass, McCarty 1 step strong to the basket. Antoine Walker delivering the ball right where you need to. You know, he had 4 assists in the first half, but he also had 4 turnovers.
McCarty misses the free throw. Well, before the season, and early in the season, a lot of discussion about chemistry for Kentucky. You haven't heard that much lately. The way they pass the ball and the unselfish play and all the assists that you've been mentioning have destroyed any notion of bad chemistry.
There's a good pass. Davis with a good one to Shandon Anderson.
Anderson with a finish off the nice pass from Davis. Shandon has 17, and the Bulldogs are within 7. Turner penetrates, and McCarty slams.
Kentucky with pressure and a throwaway by Georgia.
Just when the Bulldogs made a run to get within 7, Kentucky answers with an easy one and then a turnover. An unlucky baker's dozen in the turnover department now for the Bulldogs.
Epps out there running the point guard position now.
Epps replacing Turner as he did in the first half.
I think Epps really gives them a calming effect when he comes into the game.
Well, he's a distributor, as Turner is more of the penetrator and sometimes scorer. Pushing foul, another one whistled against the Bulldogs.
Talk about versatility of these Kentucky players. The Walter McCarty showing you right there. He has the ability to shoot from 15 to 18 feet, but he's very quick on that baseline move, that drop step along the baseline into the basket.
Terrell Bell has picked up his 2nd foul and the 4th already against Georgia in the first 2 minutes, 2 seconds of the second half. Antoine Walker got the roll on the jump hook. Soft touch.
Good high-low post action that time. McCarty with a good dump down inside to Antoine Walker.
Delp mistimed it. He almost had a steal. It was almost like a knuckleball throw. Not quite fast enough. Epps with a save right to Norden, who lays it in. Well, they say don't save it under the opponent's basket. Epps did. And it was laid in by the freshman, John Nordine. Walker lost it, got it back. Still can't find the handle. And a held ball.
Walker had a hot potato here. On the other end, watch the good pass to play by Epps, trying to save it. Nordine with a good catch. One dribble and straight to the basket.
There's Anthony Epps. Epps was quite a football player in his high school days at Marion County High School, and has said when his basketball eligibility is up, he may join the Kentucky football team for a year.
Shandon Anderson picked up a foul over the back.
3 on Anderson. And now 5 already against Georgia.
W. Smith barking orders to his team.
That's a held ball. And the possession arrow to Georgia. Ragged play here. Steve Jones in for Georgia and Ron Mercer for Kentucky. 5 team fouls already on W. Smith's team. Steve Jones with some fancy dribbling. Nordine got the roll.
I think he was a little nervous when he got it. He didn't have a whole handle on it real good, but he got it up and in.
Nordine was 6 off the Georgia bench, trying to ignite the Bulldogs. And Kentucky will take a 20-second timeout as the lead once again trimmed to 7.
Well, the Bulldogs keep hanging around. Go back and take a look at John Nordine right here. He's going to look up and say, I've got it. No, I don't have it. Yes, I do have it. And he got it up quickly because he knew Kentucky was coming after him.
Nordine from Shiloh High School, Lithonia, Georgia. Honorable mention All-State pick, averaging 17 points and 9 boards in his senior campaign a year ago. Mercer will pitch it in for the Wildcats. Kentucky lead is 7. McCarty fakes Nordine off the floor, and a beautiful pass to Walker to lay it in. McCarty showing us the assist tonight.
Ian Walker doing a nice job of passing the basketball.
Davis, collision, and K2 Davis called for the foul. That's his third, and now 6 against the Dogs in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half.
We've still got 16:36 left to play.
And Kentucky shooting the bonus.
Watch the screening by Kentucky. Walker wide open.
For the three, Antoine Walker, only a 20% three-point shooter, but cans that one for his 13th point. Steal by Delp. Lob, McCarty laid it in. What a catch.
Oh, was that pretty? Good pass by Strong.
And Davis with a slam.
Davis answers with his own. A little Jam City around here.
Epps. Collision and foul. Anthony Epps of Kentucky, player control foul. Tino saying, give it up, make the penetration, give the ball up and stop. Epps called for the personal, but only the second against the Wildcats. They lead it 59-47 as we take a timeout at the 15:46 mark. SEC basketball brought to you in part by Mobil Motor Oil. At Mobil, we've been changing oil for over 125 years. Walter McCarty with some beautiful passing tonight as the Wildcats have scored 5 in a row after Georgia cut it to 7.
Get a lot of passes from a lot of players tonight. Here comes that pressure again by Kentucky.
Last touch by Antoine Walker. Georgia gets it back as Nordine was struggling to find someone to pitch it into. On this pressure, no one guarding the inbounds pass. And a safety man deep. Nordine got it back, and the crowd sighed as he did a little dribbling. Here's Steve Jones with a breakaway to lay it through.
Herbert Robinson with a nice pass. One of the leading assist leaders in the Southeastern Conference. Robinson's right on the money.
Third in the league, actually, at 6 a game.
McCarty out there directing traffic.
And the Wildcats see Terrell Bell thrown away, or stealing away, and then Nordine can't handle the pass. Wildcats get it right back. Wildcats open the second half smoking, hitting 6 of their first 7 shots. Steal, Harrison.
Well, the freshman made a good defensive play. Walker with another turnover.
First basket for Ray Harrison. And again, the crowd into it as the Dogs cut it to 8.
It's been a funny second half, Tom. It's been a series of runs. Nordine comes up with a steal. Turnover by Turner.
And then a walking call against Georgia. Nordine took it away from Turner, and then a walk call.
Let's go back and take a look at that steal that came up earlier. Good job by Ray Harrison here to come up on the outside. Walker threw it right to him, and he goes up and dunks it.
Mercer, turnaround. And Kentucky still hot, 7 of 8.
Nice move. Turn around look.
First bucket for the freshman. McCarty backed it right back in Nordine's face. On this press, McCarty guarding the inbound player. Antoine Walker takes the seat as Mark Pope comes in. And Strong replaces Nordine for Georgia. And a hold called on Mark Pope of Kentucky. Or is it not?
Turner got
on Turner.
Yeah, okay.
That is Turner's third. Or is it his second? Let's see. Just his second, okay. Turnovers in the second half, even at 5. So Turner's second foul. Robinson beats the freshman.
Kentucky back man-to-man.
Bell, low post, draws the double down. Jones, nice fake and laid it in.
Well, that was good recognition by Jones. When Delk went low down inside, he made the break after the double up by Delk. He was wide open.
61-53, just past the 14-minute mark. Mercer, out of a shot, fading away from the basket. Here's Bertha Robinson for the Bulldogs. Steve Jones quickly off the glass.
Well, Robinson with a couple of good passes. Georgia's back.
Bulldogs have cut it to 6. Timeout, Kentucky. Bulldogs have proven they can take a punch. They keep coming back. They're within 6.
And this is the closest the Bulldogs have been in the second half. Watch the offensive end, the Bulldogs organization. Good pass down inside, the double down. Immediately, Davis goes strong to the basket. Delk went down there, and Steve Jones, was strong right after the ball went down inside. Now watch again as Jones catches the ball and kisses it off the glass. Steve Jones with a good second half.
He's taking a seat right now. This is as close as Georgia has been since they trailed by 5, 23-18, with 8.5 to play in the first half. And surprisingly, Georgia's bench has outscored Kentucky 12-2 in the second half. Georgia has made 8 shots in a row, and as you see, have missed only once in the second half. Kentucky's missed only twice.
So they've got some security around the Kentucky bench over there. I'm not sure what's going on. Somebody must have said something.
Patino involved in apparently a little word with a fan back there. Security on hand. So the Kentucky bench outscored 12-2 in the second half. Remember, the Wildcats averaged nearly 31 off the bench per game, and they've gotten only 9 off the bench tonight. 7 of those by Pope. There's a Georgia foul. Shandon Anderson. And that's his 4th, and that's a key blow for the Bulldogs.
Now, the guy that was the leading scorer for Georgia in the first half is going to have to go to the bench with 4 fouls with 13-19 left to go in the second half. And the question is now, what do? They got to send back the guy that just went to the bench, and that's Steve Jones.
And as we pointed out earlier, Kentucky will shoot the bonus for the rest of the game. Freshman Ron Mercer towing the stripe here. Bricks it off the back of the iron. Jones with a rebound. Steve Jones continues to provide a spark for the Bulldogs with possession down 6. Strong double team, forced it up anyway and drew the foul.
Again, down underneath, you'll see right here the trap. Pope on one side, McCarty on the other. Strong trying to get through. I think it was Pope that got the foul.
From the looks of that replay, he didn't touch him. But that's his 4th foul, and he'll go to the bench.
I'm not sure where that one came from.
Right. So Shandon Anderson picks up his 4th, and Mark Pope has been really the only reserve to amount to anything for Kentucky in the scoring column tonight. Sits with 4. Strong will have another free throw.
Shooting a 71% clip from the line.
But he's only 2 of 7 tonight, now 3 of 8. Bulldogs get 1 on that possession. The lead is 5.
Well, Bertha Robinson doing a nice job on Tony Delk. He won't let him go.
Turner, nice dish to Walker, but no basket. Kentucky foul. Wayne Turner called for his third foul.
Once again, he penetrates it a little too deeply. Good position there. The pass was a little late. The charge occurred first.
Georgia again having problems. Bell, nice catch by Strong. Got about a second to go, and they beat the 10-second count. Davis lost it. He was fouled. Turner or Mercer. It's on Turner. And that's Turner's fourth.
Well, Georgia was able to make something out of what looked like total chaos on that particular possession.
So Kentucky suddenly has two players in foul trouble, starting point guard Wayne Turner and sub Mark Pope. Jeff Shepard and Derek Anderson back in for the Wildcats.
Both clubs have been fouling a lot. We had a lot of time in this second half. We've still got 12:30 left to go.
It's going to evolve into a free throw shooting contest at this rate. Georgia with an overwhelming advantage at the free throw line. And Kentucky's lead is 3.
This is a composure basket right here for Kentucky.
Delk slipped away by Robinson. 3-on-1 Georgia break. Robinson back. And a foul. Carlos Strong filling that right lane, colliding with Derek Anderson. And Anderson whistled for the foul.
Once again, Delk losing the basketball underneath. Watch Strong push it. The 6'8" forward gives it up, gets it back. There's the foul, the blocking foul down underneath it. Carlos Strong to the line again.
Actually, Robinson made the wrong decision. He had Steve Jones wide open on the left wing.
Yes, Strong has really struggled tonight.
3 of 9 at the free throw line. Normally, as you said earlier, a good free throw shooter, about 71%. Missed 2. Jones with an offensive board. Robinson nearly threw it away. Now Robinson gets it back to set up the offense. Bulldogs trail by only 3.
Georgia wants to go inside. Almost a great steal by Derek Anderson. That would have been an easy layup. I give Georgia credit for one thing, Tom. You said going to commercial break a few minutes ago, they took a punch and went down. They've come back a couple of times in this second half.
Trailed by as many as 16 in the first half. Shot clock's under 10. Strong puts it up. Rimmed out. Good board work by Walker at great position. Long 3 by Anderson. Back rim. Carlos Strong rips it down. Jones fakes, shoots, and Georgia's within 1.
Great move inside. Have they got this crowd ready?
They haven't been this close since it was 3-2. The jump stop, forced it up, no whistle after the collision, saved right into McCarty's hands. Delk for 3. Oh, that's a crowd silencer.
He can do that.
22 in the game for Delk. Kentucky's lead is 4. That'll be a kicked ball. Recycle the shot clock and give it back to the Dogs. This is one of the best Georgia crowds I can ever remember.
Tom, you and I were talking about this before the game started. It's nice to see the crowds coming back at the University of Georgia because Kentucky does draw a lot of people.
That basket by Delk was Kentucky's first in about 4 minutes. Steve Jones gets a hand as he goes out of the game. Three by Davis. Bad-looking shot. Unable to save it. Georgia gets it back as Delk made a leaping attempt.
I feel like we've almost played an entire second half in the first 10 minutes here.
Larry Brown is in the game for Georgia. He's a tight end on the football team. Just joined the basketball team this week. 6'5", 250-pound sophomore from Decatur. Number 32 doesn't even have his name on the back of his jersey. Here's the Kentucky steal, Derek Anderson.
Ordine with a job of good sign to Walker out front. Can Delk do it again?
Not that time. Battle for the rebound and a foul underneath. It's on Walter McCarty of Kentucky. Number 3 on McCarty. Both teams scrapping under there. We couldn't even really tell which way it was going to go.
Yeah, there was like 8 bodies going up.
Well, Rick Pitino said he expected a war here tonight, and he's getting it. Every time Kentucky has been able to pull away, Georgia has answered. And they're doing this latest run without Shandon Anderson, who's on the bench with 4 fouls.
I don't think it's very surprising because Georgia has played so well at home here. They have not lost a game in this building. In fact, they've won their games by a total, an average of 28 points. So they expected a war. Sure, Pitino did. So did his club.
Bell. Not pretty.
That was a strange shot. It looked like it just fell flat on the back of the rim and rolled from the backside forward.
Almost like the basketball didn't have any air. It just hit and stopped. It's a 2-point game. Carlos Strong re-enters the fray. Bertha Robinson is back. Also in the game, Michael Chadwick for Georgia. Momentarily, he's out now, and Steve Jones is in. McCarty will bring it up court, gives it up to Walker. The big guys again handling the basketball.
Derek Anderson's going to take it down. Steve Jones has got him.
Antoine Walker, outside shot. Nice rebound by Terrell Bell. And then off Georgia and out of bounds, off the hand of Ray Harrison.
Tom, he was so anxious to get rid of the basketball, he threw it like a bullet right at the Kentucky bench, and Harrison couldn't handle it.
19 Georgia turnovers. That was a strong rebound by Bell and then a bad pass.
He could have just turned around and handed it to Bertha Robinson, who was standing next to him.
K2 Davis is back, replacing Harrison. Last time Antoine Walker settled for the outside shot instead of making a move for the basket. That's what Rick Pitino would prefer that he do. K2 Davis had the steal, but perhaps fouled to get it.
Shepard with a good move to the inside, trying to wedge his way inside into that defense. Davis reached across and got Shepard on the arm.
Call the foul on Terrell Bell instead of Davis. It's his third. Tubby Smith, Georgia coach, has them revved up tonight as Jeff Shepard will have the bonus. Tubby Smith, those times that he was an assistant to Rick Pitino, had to participate in those famous 5:45 a.m. pickup basketball games that Rick makes his staff participate in. And Jerry Tipton was writing that Tubby's wife said that he used to go to bed in a sweat so he could get up and play at 5:45. Hated it. The lead is 3.
Good job that time inside by Anderson, shutting off Davis to that baseline.
Robinson can't penetrate. Shepard all over it.
Yeah, good defense.
Now Robinson gets a set, tried to dish it off inside, and makes a nice save off McCarty to retain possession.
Did they reset the 35-second shot clock?
Shouldn't, I don't think. They did momentarily. Now they put it back to 6 seconds.
Here's the foul trouble so far in this game, Tom, and a lot of guys registered some big numbers.
That's Shandon Anderson on the bench with 4, and Kentucky has 2 players in deep foul trouble, Pope and Turner. There's Mark Pope, 7 points off the Kentucky bench tonight. I'm not sure what the discussion is about unless it is the shot clock, which shows 6 seconds. Strong lets it fly. And for the first time since 14-all, the game is tied. Delk from McCarty, blocked, but a foul.
Tony Delk with a good strong move inside. Good pass. Boy, the Bulldogs have fought back in this second half. At every turn where Kentucky was ready to blow them out, they put those streaks together, and Georgia answered. Look at Carlos Strong with 6 seconds left on that shot clock on an inbound pass beyond the arc. A 3 to tie this game.
Then he commits his second foul, which puts Tony Delk at the line. Tony misses the first free throw. A rare miss. He's second in the conference at free throws at 84%. Kentucky has hit only 4 of 10. You want something to worry you if you're a Kentucky fan? Their free throw shooting continues to be poor. Wildcats by 1. Delk has 23.
Pressure by Kentucky again. McCarty on Bell. Bell struggling.
And Georgia apparently calls a timeout. Another mistake on the timeout. That is their final timeout. Oh, now it's a 20, they say. Yeah. So that's all right. Then a 20-second timeout. But there was no indication of a 20 there earlier.
Yeah, Kerry Sitton walked over and called timeout. And Tubby Smith, I thought he was going to have a heart attack.
So they used their 20. They still have a full timeout remaining with 8:21 showing.
Got to give credit to these Bulldogs, Tom. They have really battled tonight.
And a surprise score as the Gators bounce back off the mat to whip the Commodores easily, 77-55. South Carolina beats Mississippi State as the Bulldogs go below 500 in the SEC. And South Carolina, one of the surprises. And 74-61 Ole Miss leading Auburn by a bunch.
Well, that is the biggest shock to me. What a great job for the Ole Miss team tonight.
Rebels came in 0-5. Derek Anderson, the foul. 4 on Anderson. He's the third Kentucky player with 4 fouls. He and Gerald Boudreau having a little conversation. I predict Gerald will prevail.
I'll agree.
That's the 9th team foul against Kentucky. Ditto for Georgia, so double bonus in effect the rest of the way as Anderson goes in favor of Allen Edwards.
And Tom, a chance now for Georgia to take the lead.
1+1 for Carlos Strong. Bulldogs down 1. Bad looking free throw. Rebounded by Shepard. So the Bulldogs miss on a chance to capture the lead. Kentucky by 1.
That's the second time they've posted him up on the inside. Delk's beating Robinson.
25 in the game. Tony Delk. Here's the Kentucky pressure. Taken away from Strong. Walker to Delk. Got the roll.
Pressure's having an effect again.
27 for Tony Delk. Antoine Walker made that one happen. Withering pressure by Kentucky. Now Georgia in front court with numbers. Robinson lost it. They say last touch by Kentucky. Well, time for a TV timeout. Whew, thank goodness. 7:28 left. Kentucky clinging to a 5-point edge. Our Nationwide Insurance Scholar Athlete of the Week is Mississippi State's Whit Hughes. The sophomore forward from Jackson has a 3.62 grade point average in marketing. Congratulations to Whit Hughes of Mississippi State, our Nationwide Insurance Scholar Athlete of the Week. 70-65. Georgia with a big edge at the free throw line. They've hit 19 of 29. 8 of the 10 misses by Carlos Strong. Robinson finally finds Strong. Couldn't hit it from in close, and rebounded by Antoine Walker.
Walker's done a nice job on the backboard tonight, both halves.
How many boards does Walker have? 7. There's the free throw shooting.
Delk again, got free.
Tony Delk personally putting his signature on the Wildcat comeback. He's scored 3 straight buckets. And Kentucky...
Look at Robinson. That's a pretty good block. Good defensive play from the backside. But Perth Evans really struggling getting around those screens to catch Delk.
And continue to get Delk open underneath. And there's a Georgia foul. Carlos Strong guilty of his 3rd foul. Double bonus time for Antoine Walker of Kentucky. Former Illinois Mr. Basketball from Mount Carmel High School. Pretty good football player. In fact, his teammate was Donovan McNabb, the Syracuse freshman quarterback, redshirt freshman, who set an NCAA quarterback rating record for freshmen this past season. Now has joined the Syracuse basketball team.
And Walker misses the front end here.
Has 13 points and 7 boards. Kentucky just 5 of 12 at the free throw line. And another miss. 5 of 13 Wildcats at the free throw line. They still lead by 5. Bob, I don't know how Strong made the catch. He drew the foul. Bertha Robinson sent it sailing for the heavens. And somehow Carlos Strong came down with it.
Well, there were so many arms between where he released the ball and where it was caught underneath the basket. I don't know how it got through there. But this is a long way out. Look at this. McCartney tries to get there. He can't get it. Strong tries to go up. Shepard's all over it.
That's the good news. The bad news is it's Carlos Strong at the line where he's hit only 3 of 11.
25% now.
His teammate grimaces. Carlos has 16 points and 8 boards, but only 3 of 12 free throw shooting. Finally got one. Kentucky leads it by 4. Shepard, penetration, bounced it right off Steve Jones. 3-on-1 Georgia break. Davis lost it, got it back to Jones, who laid it in.
Good break by Georgia. They got the turnover from Shepard and got it to the other end. We're within 2 now. Georgia's right back in it.
K2 Davis lost the ball in mid-break, somehow got control to get it to Steve Jones.
Shepard's got to get under control now. He's got to run this club from out front.
Davis took it away again. You see why K2 Davis leads the SEC in steals. And a jump ball called.
Under possession's going to go to Kentucky.
That's a mismatch with Shepard handling the ball against K2 Davis.
You know what? And Rick Pitino just recognized it. He goes to the bench now. Watch Davis from behind with a good steal here. He picks him clean, heading to the other end. Shepard can do nothing but watch. Good pass on the other side to Steve Jones.
Alternating possession gets it to Kentucky with 6:08 showing on the clock. Shepard sits. Wayne Turner is back. With a crossover dribble. Floats it toward the hoop, no good. Walker bounced it off his shoulder, and Terrell Bell with a nice save. Georgia in a hurry. Wayne Turner just fouled out of the game.
Tom East only pushed off. to move across the paint. Turner just shoved him, gave him a hand check. Von Rolling's there with the call, and now Anthony Epps is going to come back in the game to replace Turner at the point guard position.
There's Epps. Mark Pope is also in as Turner is fouled out for the first time in his college career. In the bench scoring in the second half, Georgia has outscored Kentucky 14-3. Steve Jones with 8 of Georgia's 14. Walter McCarty sits as Pope is in. K2 Davis cans the free throw.
It has been a grueling second half.
Davis to tie. Can't get it, but chases it down in the corner. K2 Davis, and now Georgia can take the lead.
Delcon Davis. Strong trying to shake Walker. Delk misses on the steal.
Davis lost it. Edwards able to claim it for Kentucky, but was out of bounds on the baseline. Georgia gets it back. Edwards saying he was pushed out of bounds.
Now, it's one of those situations when you're out of bounds, you can't come back inbounds and get the ball. Once you've established your feet inbound, then you can get it. But he had not.
Rick Pitino wants to know. No argument once he had explained to him. Fresh 35 on the shot clock. A little housekeeping under the Georgia basket, and the Bulldogs again will have a chance to take the lead. Tubby Smith's Warriors trailed by as many as 16 in the first half. They've taken every shot Kentucky has given them so far and come bouncing back. Steal by Walker. And then Bertha Robinson with a backcourt foul.
Well, that's a big defensive play that time by Antoine Walker. And that's something they needed. Their defense has not been very good. Georgia's really been taking it to them. Walker that time asserted himself on the defensive end, and they get a steal. He'll go to the line and shoot a couple.
Great anticipation of the entry pass. And now Antoine Walker will shoot a pair. Walker has 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists tonight, but he has missed both of his free throws.
Chance to redeem himself right here.
Got a lot of iron, but fell through.
I keep looking up at the clock and thinking there's a minute left, and there's 5:16 left on that clock.
Walker, who was MVP of the SEC tournament as a freshman last year, misses the second, rebounded by Steve Jones. Kentucky leads by 2. Davis against Pope, and a reach-in foul on Antoine Walker, I believe. Basket will not count. Now they called it on Pope. I thought it was Walker reaching in, but they call it on Pope, and that's his 5th. He can't believe it either. I'd like to see the replay on that one.
Well, you make it your chance. Here it comes. Watch again the move to the inside. K2 Davis trying to make the crossover dribble. They must have pushed him out front because I didn't see anything on the shot.
Walker made a swipe at him, but I don't think he hit anything, and I didn't see Pope with any contact either. But nevertheless, K2 Davis misses the free throw. Key misses for the Bulldogs, preventing them from tying the game again. They're still down 2.
Well, they keep climbing that mountain, but they can't get to the top. They can't get over the hump.
Tubby Smith summed it up pretty well with that look. 1 out of 2 at the free throw line for K2 Davis. Georgia has missed 8 free throws in this second half.
I think Delk's got something wrong with his left knee over there. He has some blood on his left knee, so I think he's going to have to go out of the game.
Delk has been bothered with cramps in the past, but see the blood on his left sock. That's the reason he's out of the game. Derek Anderson replacing Tony Delk. Epps for 3. Rebounded by Strong. Again, Georgia with a chance to take the lead.
And Kentucky needs a defensive stop, and Georgia needs a basket in the worst way. You talk about a momentum swing right here. We're giving the lead. Georgia being very cautious on offense.
Oh, Robinson threw up a long three.
He wasn't even close to the arc when he let that one go.
Edwards the other way. Pretty shot.
How in the world did he get that shot off?
3-point Kentucky lead. Robinson with a breakaway. Left it for the trailer. Bell is fouled. Antoine Walker, number 2. See if Bell is all right. Would intense pretty well describe a Tubby Smith's demeanor? Game time?
Yes. Watch again. You see the pass by Robinson. Here comes Bell strong to the basket. Walker got him as he was going up. Maybe a little better ankle here. Let's see what happens to him as he goes down.
Just kind of fell awkwardly.
Yeah.
And is all right. Ready to shoot the free throw. 5 points and 5 boards for Bell tonight, but he has done a good job at the line, hitting 3 of 4.
It's like running a double marathon. If you look at Tony Delk's left knee, getting wrapped up. I'd get him back in here as quickly as I could.
4:04 to play, 27 on the night. Bell cans 2 pressure free throws, and the Kentucky lead again reduced to 1. Backdoor cut, Anderson hammered, no call. Edwards follow, and 1.
How about Edwards off the bench? 2 big baskets. Tom, he has made 2 really difficult shots going inside for the hoop. Count that one and a chance for a 3-point play.
4th foul on Terrell Bell.
Nice cut. Distance, got it back, inside. Edwards right off the glass.
And Edwards at the free throw line as Shandon Anderson has returned for Georgia, playing with 4 fouls. Edwards converts the 3-point trip. 5 points off the bench for Allen Edwards. He's been pretty vocal about his lack of playing time. Rumors he might transfer. He's given the Wildcats a lift down the stretch here. They lead by 4. Coming up next Wednesday, most of these Jefferson Pilot SEC stations. The Auburn Tigers will go to Nashville to meet Frank Secker and the Vanderbilt Commodores. That's Auburn at Vanderbilt next Wednesday, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on most of these SEC stations. Auburn about to be upset at Ole Miss tonight, and Vanderbilt a loser at Florida. So the SEC race remains wide open. Tony Delk back for the Wildcats. Kentucky in danger of suffering its first conference loss. There hasn't been a team in 40 years since Alabama did it go through the conference undefeated. Robinson looks over the Kentucky defense.
Walker's got him out front.
Kentucky leads by 4.
We've got a mismatch inside somewhere. Walker shouldn't be on Robinson at third man-to-man, and they are.
Shandon Anderson puts it out front. Under 10 to shoot. Scramble for the ball. Delk and Anderson. And a held ball. Another one. Possession arrow. We'll give it to Georgia. It's been a wild and woolly game. That's about the 5th held ball somewhere around there. That's unofficial. What is official is the fact that 42 fouls have been called. 24 on Kentucky, 18 on Georgia.
Been paraded the free throw line in the second half. Started early with Georgia committing all those fouls early. And they kind of backed off a little bit. Now Kentucky's committed 6 more than the Dogs.
Wildcat fans were worried about not getting a close game. They're getting one.
Yes, they are.
Shot clock at 5. Strong against Walker. Falling away, not a very good shot. Good D by Walker.
trying to find a way to get the ball away from Epps.
Edwards. Tapped by Walker, no good. Edwards got it back. Edwards pitches it out, and Delk saves it.
He was really lucky. Delk had that quickness to get over and get that ball that was headed out of bounds.
Epps penetrates back to McCarty. Nothing doing. Epps for three. And he's fouled by Anderson. That's the double whammy. Anderson fouls out of the game, and Epps will shoot three.
What a time for a foul for the Bulldogs. Epps reluctant? No. He's going to put it up there. He missed one earlier and went right back again, and Anderson went right into him after the miss.
Anderson fouls out with 17 points, only 2 in the second half, and commits the cardinal sin of fouling a three-point shooter.
Once again, McCarty kicked the ball to the left side. Epps goes straight up. Here's Anderson. Ball's already gone. But he's in the act of shooting, coming down, and he fouls him. He'll get 3 free throws.
That is not the type of play you expect a senior to make. A senior who has been a starter for 3 years. So Anthony Epps, who is an 84% free throw shooter, will toe the stripe for 3. Kentucky in the second half has hit only 4 of 12. And true to form, Epps, one of the best free throw shooters on the squad, misses.
The Anita Club has really been very good at the line tonight. That is an understatement.
Carlos Strong has been the chief offender for the Bulldogs. 2:33 left as Epps.
I thought he touched it. Did he? Yeah, he did.
Antoine Walker, basket interference. I think it was going to go in anyway.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
So Epps gets 1 of the 3, and Kentucky's lead is 5, 77-72. Strong with a screen for Robinson. Edwards checking him. Strong, too hard off the glass. Nice board by Allen Edwards.
Edwards very strong off the bench in the last 3 minutes. A couple of big baskets, and that was a tremendous rebound.
Approaching the 2-minute mark, and even 2 minutes left. Walker, tapped in by McCarty.
Good offensive board by McCarty.
And an injured Bulldog. Carlos Strong in that melee under the basket.
I'm not sure what happened. Let's keep an eye right here. Now here's Strong, 25 right here in the white jersey. He's in position to draw the foul. I don't know if they got hit. Maybe the wind knocked out of him or what.
Trying to take the charge from Epps.
Watch Epps go strong here. He just bumped into him. There wasn't anything. There's nothing lower extremity, knee, ankle, or anything like that.
Should that have been a foul on Epps?
Could have been. Could have been.
Duffy Smith taking the opportunity to get a little lecture in the face of Terrell Bell.
I think Tubby has a way of delivering a fire and brimstone message.
Announcers for this game selected and compensated by Jefferson Pilot Sports. Any use of the broadcast without the express permission of the Southeastern Conference and Jefferson Pilot Sports is prohibited. Carlos is helped off the floor. And it appears that Ray Harrison will replace him. Kentucky being outscored 24-8 at the free throw line. The lead by 7.
3-point field goals have been big on Kentucky's side.
They've shot better every place than the free throw line. They're hitting 52% from the floor overall, 47% from the three-point arc, and only 42% at the line. 1:30 to play.
Yeah, Georgia needs a basket right here.
Davis for three. K2 Davis has a dozen. Georgia has cut the lead back to 4.
Dogs keep battling back. Kentucky needs an answer right now. And Georgia needs a steal.
You see the shot clock on the left of your screen. Delk. Nice rebound by Bell. Here's the outlet to Harrison. We're under a minute. Georgia trails by 4, but in no hurry. Davis started by Delk. Launches a 3 and hits it. It's a one-point game. No.
They say 2 or 3.
3.
I saw one official hold up 2. I guess they gave him a 3.
Seconds. Epps double teamed and fouled. Well, Epps normally excellent free throw shooter. They want him to handle the ball in this situation so he can go to the line. But remember, a moment ago, with 3 free throws, he managed only 1, although I believe the last one would have gone in had it not been basket interference on Walker. So 14.5 seconds left. Let's take a look at our all-tell play of the game.
Tom, when this ball was launched, I thought I saw Kerry Sitton, one of the officials, stand up and give a 2. But no, they gave him 3. So Davis gets the 3. No, now they did change it. They did change it to a 2.
It was up on the board as a 3, but has been changed, so it's Kentucky leading by 2 now, 79-77. Epps makes it a 3-point game.
I didn't think my eyesight was failing me that badly. I looked up and I saw 2, and I thought for sure it was.
Anthony Epps, remember he had some clutch free throws in the Kentucky win over Arkansas in the SEC Tournament Championship game last year. Second one way short. Walker battling Bell. And Kentucky's ball.
Well, they've got the 3-point lead now. All they've got to do is just take care of it and make their free throws.
12.1 seconds on the clock. Delk is fouled.
You know, that could have been very crucial when they put that number up on the board up there. If the players are looking up there and they see a 1-point differential, I mean, the whole strategy changes for what you're going to do.
You're right. It was up there for a long time.
It was. Tell you one thing, these Bulldog fans, they came here tonight and they packed this place, and they've seen a terrific game and a good performance by this Georgia team.
Bertha Robinson is just fouled out of the game, so Duffy Smith has 30 seconds to get a sub in. That's why the two teams have huddled around their coaches. Ray Harrison replacing Bertha Robinson. Tony Delk at the line. 27 points tonight to go with 2 assists. He's hit 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Delk trying to put it out of range with 11 seconds left. Kentucky had a battle from the Bulldogs tonight. The lead is 5. Jones for 3, way off the mark. Davis with a save. Walker for Kentucky, and here's Anderson. No basket. It's academic. The Georgia Bulldogs, as you said, could never quite climb the mountain, but they give the second-ranked Kentucky Wildcats all they want. Kentucky holds on to win its 15th game in a row and go to 6-0 in the Southeastern Conference. 28 points, I guess, for Tony Delk to lead the way for Kentucky. The final 82-77.